Welcome back to the AnimeVerse Recap channel. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and hit the notification bell to support me. Today, I will continue to recap the Wano arc from episode 911 to 914 in one piece, where Kinmen reveals the truth about the past, the Alliance plans an all-out attack on Onigashima. US Op searches for allies, Shotenmaru clashes with Jack, and Kaido appears in his dragon form, destroying Oden Castle before entering a furious battle with Luffy. Let's get started! Episode 911. The day he was transported to the future. Momonosuke seemed to become desperate when he saw the situation of his country at that time. All hope seemed to collapse because they thought that there would be no allies waiting for them after 20 years of being ruled like that. However, a retainer who used to work at Kibi named Shibaimon appeared with other samurai. Seeing Momonosuke's appearance was the same as 20 years ago, they completely believed Toki's words before she died. The Kozuki clan samurai had indeed returned. For 20 years, they had been waiting for Momonosuke's group to return and lead the people. Those who were determined to take revenge on Orochi, no matter where they were, as long as they saw the moon mark on their ankles, they would support the Kozuki clan in their revenge. Kiku was then sent back to the island to investigate more information about the enemy. The remaining group of 4 planned a trip to find more allies. The ship sank in Rue Island, so Reizo was separated from Kinmen's group. Then they drifted to Dressrosa and were separated from Momonosuke. While chasing Momo to Hazard, Kanjuro was separated. Until reaching Hazard Island, Kinmen was slashed by his demon Alai Law. Everything after that is as we know in previous episodes. Because the Shogun Orochi thought that the samurai of Kozuki clan were dead, so now they have the advantage of not being wanted anymore. Lady Toki's last words made Orochi even more afraid, because he thought that 20 years later, the ghosts of the Kozuki clan would return to take revenge. The total allied force from all sides was about 5,000 people. Kinmen wanted them to take the heads of the enemy leaders first. The battle would take place on Onigashima Island, which was Kaido's home and the base of the Beast Pirates. They still need a boat to cross there. A small boat is fine. They will carry out the plan during the Fire Festival. That day Orochi will lead the procession of the Shogun to visit and worship the god. That's just the appearance. In reality, the festival is just a party of the powerful and the Beast Pirates. We learn more information that Osoro is Kinmen's wife, but until he completes the mission, he doesn't want to see her again. Kinmen drew a symbol that indicated the time of action. To Fiery Birds and Habu, Habu is a snake. He added an upside-down crescent moon to represent rebellion. The symbol means that on the day of the Fire Festival, midnight, the second hour of the bird, at Habuport, the second hour of the bird means 5:30 to 6 p.m. They will distribute a piece of paper with this symbol to those who have the moon mark on their left ankle to summon allies. Zoro and US Op are secretly distributing these pieces of paper to people with the moon mark, but Luffy knows that Zoro can't do anything. How can he do these things? And it's true that he's on a boat enjoying some wine. Frankie is looking for information on Kaido's mansion blueprints from the carpenter who made them. Robin is working as a geisha trying to get close to Orochi to monitor the Shogun's military movements. The newly arrived group was also given the task of changing their appearance a bit to join the island. To help the investigation team, a real Kunoichi was introduced by Kinmen, and her name was Shinobu. Kunoichi means female ninja. In addition, Kinmen also wanted to find 3 other samurai, Kawamatsu, Usuradoji, and Denjir. All 3 were samurai who had served Lord Oden. The day of action is 2 weeks from now on the day of the Fire Festival. They will rise up at Onigashima. Now let's prepare the plan. Episode 912. While on a mission, Osper obtained extremely important information about the strongest samurai still alive. He is currently the leader of the Atamayama bandits with the name Shotenmaru. According to Kinmen, Oden defeated Ashura-doji, also known as Shotenmaru, 20 years ago. After being defeated, Ashura gave up being a bandit, changed his personality, and pledged allegiance to Oden. But now 20 years after Oden's death, perhaps Shotenmaru has returned to his old path of robbery because he has lost faith in reality. In Okobori town, the Atamayama bandits under the leadership of Shotenmaru appeared to rob the food that Luffy had just brought to the people. And this is the man who is considered the strongest samurai under Oden. He went astray like he is now because he thought that no one would be able to lead strong samurai like Mr. Odin anymore. Wano country with him has been ruined since the day Odin died. At that time, Jack the Drought appeared. The reason why he is still alive after sinking to the bottom of the ocean, well, the movie has not mentioned it yet. According to Jack, Shutenmaru was spared because Kaido wanted him to become his subordinate, so don't do it anymore. Refusing to surrender, Shutenmaru immediately showed his strength by cutting Jack's weapon and slashing straight through his body, causing Jack to learn blood and the famous saying, "Don't mess with samurai." The madness was clearly shown on Jack's face. The two fought each other directly through each slash. Just as he had blocked to sword attacks from Jack, Shutenmaru also received a similar direct attack from him. While enduring each slash around him, Ashura said that since Odin died, he had always sought death. However, if he were to die at the hands of a lowly person like Jack, it would be unacceptable. He immediately rushed forward to retaliate. At the same time at Onigashima, because of drinking too much alcohol and angry at the damage that the brats caused, Kaido revealed his power, the Yu-Yu-No-Mi model, Siryu, a mythical Zoan-type devil fruit. It is a dragon, a true blue dragon, and this is Kaido's complete monster form, so big that it is half the size of Curry Town. Looking at the sky, both Jack and Hawkins were terrified. Hearing that the mice had set foot here, he personally came here to find them. Momonosuke was also frightened and unconsciously transformed into a dragon. Episode 913. The true dragon has appeared in Bakura Town. Everyone in Okobori can see him standing tall in the sky. With Luffy's heroic acts, it's not too difficult to understand why Kaido came here to find them. With Luffy's personality, once he runs away, everyone will understand, right? Why bother fighting with the minions and planning? In his head, there's only one thought, just kick the boss's ass and it'll be over. Because only Law and Luffy revealed their identities, Law told everyone to hide to keep their plan a secret. As for Straw Hat, if he kept acting emotionally like this, sooner or later everything would fall apart. On the way to Kaido, he stopped by to ask Shutenmaru if he had seen the brats Luffy and Law anywhere. In his drunken state, Kaido also promised to forget everything in the past if Asura would surrender and become his subordinate. Okiku also hurriedly took Kinman back to the Okobori because his wife, Miss Osoro, was also in danger when she was near Kaido. Hawkins ran back to report the location of Luffy's group currently staying at the ruins of Odin Castle to the Four Emperors. With all his rage, Kaido rushed towards the mountain and slowly pushed out the fire dragon roar. Unfortunately, that was where the crew of both sides was most concentrated. Everyone ran quickly. Seeing the power of a Yonko, those outside the area of influence could only gape in shock. Part of the mountain peak completely disappeared. Episode 914. After telling his subordinates to return to the mountain, Shutenmaru will go to observe the situation. He has a bad feeling when he sees the mountain where Odin Castle is destroyed. Anyone who sees this scene will have to exclaim, "What a crazy man! This is teasing the Four Emperors. Just one attack can blow away an entire castle. How can you fight like this anymore?" Angry when he sees the direction of his teammates being attacked, Luffy furiously switches to Gear Second to quickly move to approach Kaido. Once he is close, Luffy rushes up to use gravity to increase the damage to Fletcher Fangin. A revengeful blow to the head marked the first time the two met. The force of the collision created an aftershock that knocked everything inside. Kinman continued to run towards Okobara Town to take care of his wife after Okiku promised to return to protect Lord Momonosuke. Returning to the situation at Luffy's place, Speak was lying there. The story was that on the way back, she was discovered by Kaido to have betrayed her while carrying Otama on her back. With loyalty, she drew her bow to defend against the Four Emperors, but what happened after that was no longer clear. Nor did she know if the situation of little Otama had completely changed. When they recognized each other, the two sides rushed into battle. Gear Third was thrown back, but Luffy continued to charge forward. Now there was no need for planning or waiting anymore. Luffy had appeared to directly confront Kaido. Luffy was determined to make Kaido pay for what he had done. The two reinforced hands punched out. Next was Elephant Rocklin. The rage had only just begun. All for little Otama, all for Wano country. Because you dared to attack her. And that wraps up our recap for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share it to support the channel. Make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you won't miss the next episodes of the Wano arc recap. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.